Good morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. Welcome to Pizza Day. I got a piece of pizza sitting in the kitchen right now. It's just thawed out overnight. And it works out to 504 calories. I weighed it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, half my daily allotment. That is when I'm on my 1,000 calorie a day diet, which I'm back on again. Trying to get the swelling down in my knee. Okay, and it's working. I'm hobbling around a lot better this morning than I was 72 hours ago. Okay, I don't know why I'm laughing. Okay, so today, I got an email from Eric. And Eric reminded me about the Mr. Color leveling thinner. And I admit it's great stuff. And the reason I don't use it is because of the strong odor that it has. And if I was to just brush it, you probably wouldn't be too bad. But when you spray it, yeah, those of you who have used this stuff, you know it smells pretty strong. And in the wintertime, all my windows are shut. What's the temperature anyway? Oh, it's only minus 2.4. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Maybe we'll have a bit of a thaw today. Might get the snow off my car. We'll see what happens. Okay, I'm going to be going ahead here this morning and cleaning up the flashing and what have you off of the edges of those little parts that we nipped yesterday. We now have all the parts for step 56. I've triple checked. I don't think I've missed anything. Okay, I don't think I have anything to add. We're ready for Missy the dog when she comes by, probably in about 3 hours. She's coming later and later. She's sleeping in, that dog. Must be the winter time. Hey, good news. We're going to pretty soon, in about today's the 15th. So about a week we start on the other side of the hill. We're sort of or down through the valley, you might call it, of the shortest day of the year. We're almost at the shortest day of the year here in Winnipeg. In all of the northern hemisphere, actually, not just me. So the shortest day of the year will be over, and the days will be starting to get longer. Bonus. I don't know, something about that just sort of makes me feel good. Okay, I think enough chatter here. I don't have any big news. I'm just going to go ahead and clean these up, and I guess the next time we see you, you know what? I was going to do this off camera, but I'm thinking that maybe what I will do is I'll stick on the macro lens, and I'll do the two smallest pieces. See if I can't do them on camera. That might be kind of fun, but I don't want to waste a whole lot of time doing that stuff. We don't want another 50-minute episode. Okay, let's get at her here. Okay, these are those two little pieces that I was talking about earlier that I was going to try and do on camera. And we will, all being well, of course. However, I was reminded by Aussie Frenchman that I want to make sure that I get all of the flashing, like where the push-out pins are, on the inside of this tube, because this part here, let's see if I can get a hold of it. Okay, there is sort of a little key thing right on the bottom there. I don't know if I'm holding it right so that you can see it, but it has to fit right in here like this. And then this whole thing is going to go together. Now this is actually the first time that I'm trying to fasten it all together, so bear with me, please. Yeah, I think this is all going to close up all right. Yeah, that's going to close up all right. Now, somebody else, I'm not sure, but I think it was Eric, mentioned that with this piece here, we're going to be painting the whole thing, except for right at the very top there. It's kind of hard to see. The light has to hit it just right. But there is a sort of, you might call it a 45-degree angle at the top of this, what looks like to be a round part. And so what we want to do is put a piece of masking tape over that and try and keep it clear. Because I don't think I could wipe well, I might be able to wipe the paint off later. As long as I don't use a solvent that's going to discolor the clear plastic. Now, when I was thinking about this here a few minutes ago, I was wondering, and although this is probably not a good idea, if a person had an LED on the bottom here, would the light go up this plastic tube, sort of like, what do you call that stuff? Fiber optic. And the only thing is, though, this part on the top would not have been lit up. So that wouldn't be realistic, because the last thing you want is for your periscope to have a light on the top of it and say, hey, I'm over here. So yeah, you can sort of see it there if you get the angle just right. Anyway, now this piece here, I haven't perused ahead yet to see what goes down on the inside here, but I'm thinking that possibly further on there's going to be something that is going to go down on the inside of this as well, because there is, you might call it positioning stops or something. I don't know why else these would be in here. So we're going to want to make sure we get all of the, where's my knife here? Where the push-out pins have left a bit of a mess. I'm gonna do this off camera, and also I want to make sure I don't accidentally remove anything I'm not supposed to. Now these are the parts that these things are going to go on, anyway, let's just go ahead and clean this up off camera. Then we'll put our macro lens on here, and we'll take a nice close look. Okay, I'm back. And we still don't have the macro lens on yet, do we? Keep talking about it. Okay, I looked ahead in the manual again, and also on the color callout, to see if I could figure out what this is. And as near as I can tell, this is part of one of the other periscopes. But there is nothing, apparently, that goes down on the inside of this. But there is something that's going to go and fit on the ends here. I think this end here plugs into the deck, and then another part goes on here, and then there's about 5 pieces that we're going to be gluing on the outside of this. Now this little part right here that I'm just sort of holding on to, that apparently is not flashing. That is actually some kind of detail. And the little parts that we are eventually, if I actually get at it, they fit right in here, and here, and I'm not sure, but I think they might form some sort of handles for twisting this whole thing around. And yet, my goodness, this is a huge piece of apparatus here. I'm not sure what they are. Anyway, I know where they go. And, okay, enough talking about this. Now let's put the macro lens on. Okay, now don't anybody sneeze. Because if these go into the carpet, they are gone. Okay, now I think that this part that I am holding onto right now is the flashing that has to be removed. Let's get the other one over here. If we sort of get this in the right orientation, if that's possible. Okay, like this. Yeah, you can see that this part on the end here, that has to be removed. Yeah. Okay, now these are going to end up going, you can sort of see here. So let me check the monitor. Okay, it's difficult to, maybe I should have different lighting going on. Anyway, that's before these two halves are put together, this piece, I think that this part here sticks out, and this is what makes me think that this part that I'm holding onto right now is supposed to be a handle, but maybe not. Anyway, let's try and get it, and probably we're going to a whole lot of work to do this, and this whole thing is probably going to be buried in behind something, and we're not going to see it anyway. You see there's another place on the other side for the other one there. Okay. Now, very carefully here, we are going to want to remove this end right here. I think whoops. Okay. It's off. Where is it? Oh, there, it's still stuck on the... Okay, now where's the other one? Oh, here it is. Come on, get over there. Okay, so this is... Okay, I believe I got it. I'm not going to even try to sand those. Well, this one here, maybe I could... Can I get any of this more off here? I'm going to have to do this off camera. Anyway, you get the idea. Okay. It is 13 minutes after 10. And I have not seen Missy the dog yet. This doesn't want to... Okay, I've got to put that right in there like that. That's... Pretty sure that's the way it's supposed to go. Just like that. Now that's obviously not going to stay there unless I let it with... Well, maybe it did, maybe it will. And then of course, as you can see, this part here is going to fold up and go on top of this afterwards. And sort of clasp our parts. Now I'm wondering... just let me check the manual. I want to make sure I've got that right. Is that supposed to be like this? You know, sticking straight out at 90 degrees to the side of this thing? I think it is. I think this is supposed to. I think this is supposed to be a something that you'd hold on to. I'm wondering if I was to take and put a tiny bit of extra thin on that would hold it in place. And try and get it on. Just let me recompose here a little bit. There she is. That famous doodle. Hi, Max.
Hey, Ron. That light freezing drizzle on my glasses here. Missy, come.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah.
So I'm not on painkillers anymore.
Oh, good.
I walked the 400 or 500 yards out to Pioneer Trail. By the time I'm coming back, I can feel a little ache on the point of the hip, but that's probably fatigue from not using the muscles. And I mean, it's been less than a month since the surgery, so I got nothing to complain about.
No, you've had a remarkable recovery.
So I'll use Ray's car to go to the E-gym tomorrow. Then I'll swing over, pick up some blood test results at Seaman's office and talk to Seaman tomorrow. See what we can do about getting me some oxygen to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Some red blood cells. How was your night?
Good. Good night.
Did your head slip off the pillow?
Yeah, no. No. Yeah. Was that good, Missy? Huh? Was that good? Oh, she's off.
Let's go.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah.
You're such a good dude.
She sure
You're
is.
a lovely dog.
Thank you for coming, Missy. She shakes her head no.
Time to go? Oh, okay. Time to go. Mild morning.
It's nice, yeah. Very nice.
Slippery.
Yeah.
Light breathing drizzle.
Watch your step.
Yes, absolutely.
Bye, Missy. See you later. Missy the dog. Missy the dog. Okay, so here's the plan. What I'm going to try to do is get these little pieces in place and then cap it off with this part, and then hopefully I'm going to be able to get the CA, not the CA, but the extra thin rather, to wick its way along the crack and fasten everything in place. Now that's the plan. I don't know if it's going to work out. I am concerned about the fact that I might be putting on too much extra thin and dissolve these little things, but I don't think so. I think we're going to be okay. I think if I let it just sort of wick its way along the crack, it'll work a lot better. Like I say, that's the plan. Okay, I'm thinking at this point it doesn't matter if this is not at the exact right angle, if it even if it was to just sort of hang down. You know, this plan that I've got might not be a good one, because this piece is probably going to keep wanting to fall out of there. So maybe what I'm going to have to do is just wet this little trough just very, very lightly if I can, make it sticky, so that this thing is going to stay in there. Okay, let's get my extra thin going here. Now all we want to do is just make it sticky. Like that. Okay, now I think that this will probably stay in there now. And if it isn't quite straight, I should be able to bend it later. Come on. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing on the other one. Just make it sticky. Okay. It doesn't want to stay at the right angle. Probably because of the flashing. Oh, that's the wrong way. Come on, come on. Alright, maybe just sort of drop it in like this and shove it around afterwards. It's not wanting to cooperate. Oh. You think you're frustrated? Oh, come on. It's that flashing seam. It keeps wanting to flip it the wrong way. I'm starting to get the shakes here. Probably pizza withdrawal, that's what it is. Oh, for heaven's sakes. You know what? I'm gonna press stop here and just work at this. Okay, I kind of got it here. Just trying to flatten it out a little bit. This one here is probably dried more or less by now. Okay, now what we're going to try to do is cap this off like this. Okay, now that should lock this into place. And let's just swing everything around here a little bit. Okay, now my thinking is if I put a little bit of glue, now let's be careful not to break those out now. So I'm getting some extra thin. I'm just going to let it wick its way along the side here. Okay, I'm going to turn this around and do the other side the same way. And then when it's off camera, okay, let's turn it around. Try and keep it in the field of view here. Okay, this should wick its way. Yeah. I know that looks like a lot, but it's not as much as you think. Okay, I'm going to have to take this off camera now and look straight down on it to straighten these things out. Or maybe not. Maybe I can do it on the monitor. Let's get it back here. And this one has to come up a bit. I'm going to find something else to lift it up with. Okay, we'll let that dry and take a look at it later. Okay, we've got 3 more pieces that we have to stick on this part. I might put the wheel on after everything is painted because I think the wheel probably is going to need to be painted a different color. Now, the sad part of this is, as near as I can tell, this whole assembly that we're making right now kind of gets hidden down inside the conning tower. And we might be able to see it, or part of it, through the transparent window here, which is going to be in the back of everything. So, yeah. But that's the way it goes. We're having fun, right? We're having fun. Okay, so here's what's been happening this morning. I wouldn't say I fell off the wagon or fell off my diet, but if I eat this piece of pizza right now, I'll be up to, I think, around 1,300 and something calories. If I don't eat it and put it in the fridge and have it tomorrow, then I'll be well under my 1,000 calorie a day diet. And yeah, I think what I'm going to do is something that I don't think I've ever done on pizza day. And that is, I'm going to put this back in the fridge. I'm pretty sure it'll keep till tomorrow. My fridge is really cold. Anyway, I'm going to call it quits here because at 2 o'clock, which is in about 25 minutes or so, I'm getting a coffee visitor. So I gotta get moving here. Thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.